Meanwhile, as Israel and Gaza mull over the previous 48 hours, the United Nations Security Council met behind closed doors to discuss the conflict for themselves. The council meeting was initiated at the request of Kuwait, Bolivia, and the Palestinian Authority's UN envoy, and the PA's permanent UN observer Riyad Mansour condemned, quote, Israel's aggression, end quote, for starting the violence. Kuwait, which represents many Arab countries, chimed in as well, as monitoring on social media also reflected the currently heightened hostility against Israel in the Arab world. Israeli United Nations Ambassador Dani Danon, on the other hand, addressed the UN ahead of the Security Council meeting to point out that first, Israel did not start the aggressions, and second, regardless of what started it, Hamas commits war crimes every time it targets civilian populations.
Every time Hamas fires a rocket, children at school, adults at work, families across Israel hear this. We take actions to protect our people. And when you know that someone is digging a tunnel, or someone is planning an attack, or a kidnap attack, you take protective actions. We will continue to take those actions, no matter where it will take place, in order to prevent future assaults on our people.
France and the United States also came out against Hamas's actions in the strongest possible terms, saying it's unacceptable under any circumstances to intentionally terrorize non-combative communities.
France condemns in the strongest terms the rocket launches from Hamas against civilian targets on the Israeli territory. The fear in which the populations of southern Israel live must stop. That's a very important thing. At the same time, the disproportionate violence against Palestinians must also stop. It is unjustifiable, regardless to our attachment to the security of Israel. And you know that France will never compromise with the security of Israel. Finally, we call on all parties to avoid an escalation. The civilian populations would be the first victims of a new cycle of deadly violence. So there is an emergency to break this negative cycle.